if you can, I know I got you muted here for a second, but go ahead and type in on the chat and say hi. And I'd love to know who's here, but also I want to make sure everybody can see the slides. So let me know if you can't, or if you're having trouble seeing what's in front of you right now, and I'll make sure I make some adjustments if I have to. All right. BB, thanks for saying that. All right, great, Joe. All right, looks like y'all can see it. Hey, Tom. Hey, Joe. Great to have you here. All right, fantastic. So we'll get to those. All right, so I'll just take us off of mute just for a second so you have a chance to say hi. So who's out there? Who's on the call? Who's on our webinar tonight? Just want to hear who's out there. Great. Gabrielle, hey, how's it going? Thanks for being here.
This is Gabrielle, and I'm here. Thank you.
Awesome, Gabrielle. All right, fantastic. We still got a few filtering also. Who just came on?
Arlene Reynoso.
Hey, welcome. Great to have you on.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, who else is out there?
Lacey from Harrisburg, PA.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, very cool. Welcome. Daniel, great to see you. All right, fantastic.
Yeah,
Let's
Daniel,
go ahead.
Arizona.
Daniel, thanks for being here. Guys, we've got more coming on as we speak, so I'm going to go ahead and mute us because it's going to get louder and louder here, and I'll make sure I can get us back to Chris so we can hear Chris when it's time. All right, fantastic. Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Awesome.
All right, great. So thanks for being here live tonight, and I'm really excited tonight because this is the first webinar that we've done for a while. It's actually the first one we're doing this year, and so we haven't done these live webinars for months now, and it's just great to be in a position where we can actually get together with you on an evening and go over something that is just so important in a coaching business and for making a difference in the world. So what we're going to cover tonight is how to make money coaching. How to make money coaching. We like to call this the Well-Paid Coach webinar. And my promise to you for tonight, and you're going to be in great hands with Chris Thompson, who I'll introduce in a second. My promise to you tonight is that you're going to learn a ton of really important distinctions, mindsets, ideas, and approaches that really allow you to make money doing this, allow you to make money making a difference for the people that you touch, the people that you coach, whether you're just getting started or just considering it and knowing that you need to make money in order to make a life out of it or make it a career for you, or if you're already doing it and you're just either struggling to make the money or you want to make more, you're already doing really well. No matter where you are, you're going to get tons out of what we cover tonight. So, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and just, without further ado, turn it over to you to get the ball rolling.
Awesome, Jeff. Thanks a lot. And I just want to acknowledge everyone who's on the call. I want to honor you for taking the time to learn about how to be a well-paid coach. Most people are just kind of drifting through life, and they're putting in the minimum amount of effort just to survive. They're hoping that someone in their family or the government or whatever will take care of them. And it's just not what coaches do. And coaches, they not only take responsibility for their own lives, but they're also helping others to take responsibility for theirs. So first of all, I just want to honor you for being that type of person and taking that mantle on. There's not enough of us out there actively doing that. And think about firefighters and you think about doctors, people who save lives. And I'm not minimizing that, but only keeping someone breathing is not living. And coaches, we save the quality of a person's life. And that's the most valuable way to save a life. There's just not enough people willing to take that role on in this world. So I just want to applaud you, first of all, for seriously considering making a difference for other people and for the world in this way. So, you should certainly be applauded for that, no doubt. So here, we're here to help you guys get clients. So would you like to get paying clients? Would you like to get a lot of paying clients? I'm sure you would. The money isn't everything, but I'm sure that you'd agree that a cash flow, does solve a lot of problems, no doubt. And my outcome is to share some strategies that we've used with our private clients to help them make money coaching. So we're going to talk about a few different key points today. We're going to talk about sacrificing the sacred cows of coaching. We're going to talk about 3 systems that are required to make money coaching, make it consistently, and make it stable. And asking for money and spending money in your coaching business. And I'll give you information about the Synergy Private Client Program and how that works, what's included, and how you can start if it's a fit. And at the end of the webinar, Jeff's going to tell you how to get the slides from this webinar, plus how to download a recording of this entire webinar. And I'll give you a way that you can connect with me one-on-one, where I'll start helping you work out your own personalized plan, to make money coaching. So looking forward to that. And we'll get it ready to rock and roll now. Cool. So I wanted to, Jeff, you want to tell a little bit about who you are for everyone?
Yeah, so I know some of you we're already working with who are here tonight, but for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Jeffrey Suey. I've been living with my family for years in Florida. That's not my house. That's just vacation. It's a little Disney vacation that we had with my wife and my 5-year-old daughter, who's now 5. She was like 3, I think, when we first brought her there. But I've spent 15 years doing one thing, coaching. I haven't done anything else. I haven't run any other businesses. I haven't had any other jobs to speak of, at least. And so our clients now, after 15 years of doing this, really, some of the who's who in the Fortune 10, Fortune 500, I've worked with, and my team has worked with clients from all walks of Western life, from housewives to carpenters to CEOs, and so we've worked with lots of clients over the years. We work with really about 100 clients per year, just the ones that come in online. So we have a really robust online coaching business, and I've got a team of about 12 coaches. It fluctuates because coaches, a lot of them have their own businesses and are busy with other things as well. But we have 12 coaches and a sales team. We have no problem setting tons of sessions. I've actually captured some of the reports that my coaches do for our corporate coaching assignments, and I just reviewed them a little while ago. We've done 95 sessions in the last 30 days. Every one of those are paid sessions. We also run a ton of free sessions. You may have heard me talking about how important free sessions are. We're going to talk about that more tonight. Just in the last 12 months, we just one niche that we're working in, we've set 189 free sessions just in the last 12 months. So we're no strangers to creating success in our coaching businesses and creating success in our clients as well. Not just making money coaching and getting a lot of clients and running this thing like a business, but also changing lives and making a difference for those that actually paid us, that actually signed up for coaching, whether it be in the corporate world or in their personal lives or in their relationships or their health. All walks of life, we've really made an impact in, not just last year, but over the past 15 years now, I'm grateful to say. So I want to turn it over to Chris now, and Chris Thompson's really the top coach on my team, especially working with you guys. He's created the most success out of anybody that's really personally coached the coaches within our coach training division. And I'm really excited to have you here, Chris, and actually have you share some of the distinctions you share with our clients around making money coaching. So I'll turn it over to you. Maybe you could share a little bit about yourself, and then we'll keep going from there.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I'll tell you guys just real briefly a little bit about me, and then we'll get right into some really powerful content. I met my original mentor at a training really similar to this several years ago, and I thought to myself, yeah, gosh, I'd love to do what he's doing, but I could never do that. So I pushed it out of my mind. And I started out like most new coaches. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to be a leader. And I didn't know how I was going to do that, so I made several mistakes. The first mistake was that I joined a network marketing organization which in itself isn't a mistake, but it requires coaching. But I had no coach of my own, so I didn't know what I was doing. And I was just trying stuff out, and nothing was working. I was this great guy. Everyone was my friend. You know, they all wanted to have me over for dinner. They wanted me to marry their daughter, but I was too nice, and nobody respected me, and they really just blew me off. And I was so bad at influencing people that nobody would even join my team to let me coach them for free. So eventually, the network marketing company fired me because I accomplished absolutely nothing. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of a network marketing company firing someone. Probably not, but that's how bad I was at coaching or really getting anyone to follow me. So from then I went into the mortgage business, and unfortunately it was deja vu all over again. Everyone liked talking to me, but nobody would work with me. And I was failing fast, and I knew I had to stop playing around and get serious, or I was going to have to dig ditches or something for a living. So even though I really couldn't afford it, I hired my original mentor to be my first one-on-one coach. And I had struggled with what to say to people, and I would tell him, and he'd just effortlessly come up with this, magic wand phrase and the right combination, and it worked like a potion to make people fall in love with working with me. And he helped me so much that I reached number 2 in my entire nationwide company in 3 months. And I still remember that first time that I made $10,000 in a month, and I literally cried because I'd been struggling for so long that it didn't even seem real. And then others started to wonder, how I went from this putz to this performer. So I started coaching them to get more leads and get more clients, and everyone started telling me, hey, Chris, you should really be doing coaching for a living. So now I had tasted some success, but it felt empty because I was only doing that business for the money to feed my family. I'd always been passionate about leading and coaching people, and I knew I wouldn't be content doing anything else. So I took the initiative to go to my original mentor, and he was willing to hire me, but I had to start at the bottom. So I left the mortgage business where I could, make $10,000 or more a month, and I went to go learn how to coach, making, $2,000 a month. And everyone thought I was nuts, but I knew I was getting paid to learn. And he coached me for 3 years. He put over $250,000 worth of coaching and success secrets into my mind, and I became the top front-of-the-room speaker and sales coach in his company out of 300 people. Then the economy crashed, and I had to decide, okay, am I going to go get a job or go out on my own and have my own business? And I was really freaking out because I hadn't done my own business successfully before, and I'm a dad, and I have 2 kids, so I have to produce results. And it was like being a trapeze artist without a net. If I failed, there was nobody there to catch me. It's all on me. And I'd been training for this for 3 years. So I went for it, and I used the systems I'd been taught, and they worked for me to get clients. And then Jeff saw how well I was doing, and Jeff asked me to help his clients. And now I'm using those same magic potion ideas and words to help coaches. And that's why you might have gotten an email from Jeff. Once I started sharing these systems with coaches, they started getting clients in 60 days or less, and they got enough clients to leave their jobs. And these are people with families and kids, not college kids living in one room, eating top ramen. And it proved to me that the magic words didn't just work for me, they worked for everyone to build consistent coaching income. And I especially love to work with coaches, and it's because they love to make a real difference for others. Plus, I can only help a few people a year one-on-one, but I love when I help a coach get their business going and they get clients and leave their day job. It makes a much bigger difference in the world. And I don't do real estate part-time. I don't bartend on the weekends. All I do is coach. And that's why I'm so excited to share this system, because it totally changed my life. I want to share it with you guys today so you can get similar results and clear up some of any misconceptions that may be out there. But first of all, you want to be clear on how long have you been thinking about becoming a coach? A lot of people I talk to, they've been thinking about becoming a coach for years in some cases. Maybe you've been in a situation where people have always come to you for advice or because you're a good listener. I often joke around about being the 6-year-old that the 8-year-olds used to come to for advice. They just feel comfortable sharing things with you because maybe they know they won't be judged, or that you'll share some type of wisdom to at least make them feel better. And it really makes you feel good to help them out. And but what is it about having a coaching business that interests you the most? Is it time freedom? Is it being your own boss? Is it having people send you messages saying, thank you for changing my life? Like I said, maybe you want to be your own boss. Maybe you want to retire on your own terms. You want to do what you love to do rather than what you're told to do or what's on some job description. You want to decide if you want to go to work at all today. You want to decide who you work with. Can't do that in a day job. You can't, decide who you work with. As a coach, you decide who you work with. You want to decide what car you drive, when you go home from work. You want to decide when your days off and when your vacations are. Maybe you want to provide an annuity or a estate for your legacy for your family. You just want to live your life without financial restrictions. Send your kids or grandkids to a private school. If you wanted to spend a lot of massive time, a 4-hour work week type of thing, to spend a lot of focused time with your family, and have some job security without any fear of job loss. Freedom of being threatened by a company. A lot of people think about a company and they think of it as guaranteed income. But the truth is, how many people have to tell you to go away before you don't have a job anymore and thus no income? All it takes is one, right? If you've got 30 coaching clients, it takes 30 coaching clients to tell you to go away before you have no income. So, Rich is really more secure when you think about those types of things. So we're going to go ahead and kill some sacred cows now, and I want to go into some specific things. I get asked about these things all the time, so I think they can make a difference for many of you on the call. One of them is that you need a certification or nobody's going to trust you. And certifications are fine, but whether you should get a certification or not, it all depends on why you're getting the certification. A lot of coaches believe that 3 things will happen when they get certified. One is they believe it will give them credibility. They also believe that it will make them more confident in their coaching or coaching ability. And they believe it will impress clients into hiring them. The truth is, it will do none of those things. You will not get any credibility because your prospective coaching clients, they don't have any idea what coaching certifications there are or that exist or which universities matter or not. So they're not going to be impacted by that much. You're also not going to be more confident because you'll find some other reason to feel insecure. Whether it's because there are more experienced coaches out there, or someone's got a better website, or something else. The only way to get confident with your coaching is to be prepared to know what you're going to say and how you're going to coach, and coach people. Coach people, right? Coach is coach, and we have templates for both of those, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But you got to go out and coach people. Also, clients frankly, they just don't care about certifications. What they care about is if you can solve their perceived problem and get them the specific, measurable, and time-bound result that they want. Be brutally honest with you guys, I've never once in my entire career, and I've had over 10,000 coaching sessions, I've never once ever been asked if I had a certification in a sample-free session. It's never once happened. I have 2 coaching certifications, but I didn't get a single certification until I'd been a full-time coach for 3 years. Again, I'm not against certifications, but there's really only 2 good reasons, at least in my opinion, to get a coaching certification. And that is if you plan on working for a corporation, or if you want to learn a specific skill, and as a side effect of learning that skill, you get a certification. I see far too many coaches spend all their money getting a certification, thinking this is going to get them clients. Then they don't have the money to learn the business, the sales and marketing skills that really matter in a coaching business. So they have to go get a day job. I mean, what a tragedy. Don't let that happen to you. Don't blow all your money on that. It's not going to get you clients. Now, we've worked with tons of clients that happen to be coaches in our private coaching program that were not certified and got clients within a few weeks or a couple months. They didn't go through Master Coach University, and they are getting paying coaching clients. So if you've been busy investing years and dollars just to get a certification, and you haven't been getting clients, you have a problem. You're really good at getting certified, but not at getting clients. The problem you probably have is just being able to get a paying client. And we want you getting paying coaching clients so you're making a real difference instead of just coaching your dog or something. And really, that's why we're doing this webinar. So we'll jump to the next cow here. Is should you coach people for free? I get that asked a lot. Free coaching, should I coach people for free? And many coaches, when they first start their businesses, they believe they have to coach others for more than one session or an ongoing way for free so they can, and I'll put in quotation marks here, get experience. And inside your business, from a business perspective, okay, this mindset actually prevents you from becoming a well-paid coach. And the reason is that free clients are the worst clients you'll ever work with. They work with you until you're about to really help them change their life, and then they'll quit or just plain disappear. Or you can't get a hold of them, they start being late for sessions. And why is that? And it's because it's easier to escape than it is to change. See, handouts don't help people step up into their own strength and change their life. Behavior that gets rewarded gets repeated. When you give your ongoing coaching away for free, you're rewarding them for staying weak, so they keep getting free stuff. And since they didn't have to do any work to get it, they won't value the coaching. If they don't value the coaching, they won't apply the coaching. If they don't apply the coaching, their life won't change. And it's a waste of time for everyone, and that's time you could be spending on a client who values your coaching. The other thing that happens is you end up being their 911. They call you in the middle of the night on a Saturday night whenever they have a fight with their boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse or whatever, so you can tell them that they're right. And maybe you have close friends that you do that with, or you treat your best friend that way, but you'd never treat a respected coach like that. You'll never become a well-paid coach if you let that happen. Your business will end up running you. The other reason is they just won't pay you. Why? The reason is because you've already shown them you don't value your own coaching by giving ongoing coaching away for free. To a large extent in life, people will pay you what you think that you're worth. And even if they did pay you, they're going to feel ripped off. Now, why is that? Well, have you ever driven by the gas station and thought, I should really get gas, but then you didn't, and the next day the price of gas went up? Me too. How'd you feel? Well, you probably felt ripped off, right? Was the gas any different than it was yesterday? Well, no, but you kept thinking about how you could have got it for less yesterday. And it's the same thing with ongoing free clients. Even if they did pay you for coaching, which they won't, they will always feel a little bit ripped off because they remember getting it for free. And the other reason is if you already wonder if you have what it takes to be a well-paid coach, and I know there's a lot of people that wonder if they have what it takes to be a well-paid coach, when your free clients quit or they don't get results, it's just going to reinforce those doubts. And it takes time away from those who will hire you. It really is as simple as that. If you want to spend time coaching people who really want to change their life, that's what you have to do. Not people who know the price of everything but the value of nothing. Now, a lot of coaches, they want to give back, and they just love to help people, and that's great. We can do that. We can stand you on a street corner. We could put a sign over your neck that says free coaching, and you can help people. But just helping people does not make you money. Coaches that think this way tend to take the easy way out and coach for free, but it's not going to help their business. And when it's time to make money coaching, you've got to get comfortable getting paid. And that's what we help many of our private clients with, so they can grow their coaching business without them getting in their own way.
Yeah, one of the points that Chris, you and I talked about last time we had the same conversation was that if as coaches, our strength is helping people and making a difference, not necessarily making money, and but you have to make sure that you work on that aspect of your business if you're really going to help people as much as you'd like to help them. And I remember years back, this was probably in the first couple of years of my coaching business, I finally looked at how little I was helping people, and I wasn't helping people very much because I was busy trying to survive. And I said, well, gosh, if I don't get this handled and I don't figure out how to help myself, I'm not going to help very many people. I'm not going to make much of a difference in the world, and I will have wasted a lot of my efforts here. So that was the motivation I had to have in order to finally get with the program as far as working out the business side of it. It's just as important as the other aspect if you really care about that and if you're going to actually be successful in that area. It's just the reality of the situation.
No question about it. And the other thing that people a lot of times fear, or they feel like they need, is they feel like they need a lot of experience, before they can even qualify to coach anyone, or they won't get results. And what I'd like you to write down is you don't need experience to make a difference. You need to focus your client on the habits that make a difference. That's really a huge key. And then, like I said, a lot of coaches they're concerned about this, and they have this fear. And I tell these coaches this a lot, and you guys can write this down in your notes. I tell coaches this a lot. I think it's a really important philosophy, and that is you can't screw up something that's already screwed up, right? You can't screw up something that's already screwed up. Okay. My first ever coaching client, her name was Beth, and I can still remember her to this day. It was a decade ago, and I remember. The first full month that we worked together, she made $15,000 from my coaching. Now, when she told me she was going to hire me, or she agreed to hire me, my first thought was, she's crazy. And the reason was I had never coached anybody for money before, so I just felt that way. I'm glad I didn't tell her that. That might have been awkward. But she made $15,000 that first full month from working with me, and I'm a much better coach now than I was then. But even then, just by being there for my client, I made a difference for her. And your prospective client, they already know they have a problem, or they wouldn't have set up a complimentary session with you. You're not going to make that problem worse by helping them take actions to improve it. Nobody's going to get a divorce because you told them to communicate with their spouse. Nobody's going to Las Vegas to gamble away their life savings because you suggested they take more risks. And if they did, it wouldn't be your fault anyway. Right? Your coaching is only going to improve their life. So be there with them. Give them all you have at that moment, and that is good enough. You'll be a better coach down the road. We all will. We're all getting better. But don't let that take away from what you can do for someone right now. Really important.
And I'll just mention really quickly, I added this. Janine's a great example of that. Janine Yoder, she actually had zero experience when she first started coaching, and she hadn't started yet. She just started getting in touch with me, and we were talking about her getting started in the coaching business. And she actually originally started coaching just to kind of finance her acting career, where she was getting started in New York City. And within about a year or so of us working together, she had 18 clients. And by the way, she was actually featured in a New York Times article that covered a lot of young coaches that were that had just happened to be our students. She coaches a contestant on Project Runway. She's 28. That's not exactly like a ton of life experience. She had no certifications before she worked with us, and within a year, she was doing pretty well. So I know a lot of coaches that's exactly or a similar scenario is what happened for them. And I don't need to see any more proof that you don't need a bunch of experience, you don't need a bunch of certificates in order to successfully get paying clients and really make a difference with those clients that hire you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other myth that is commonly put out there is that to become a well-paid coach, I just have to put myself out there, and people will be excited about what I'm excited about, and they're going to want to talk to me about coaching. I hear that a lot. And one of the biggest marketing mistakes that coaches make is that they think that clients are excited about the same things that the coach is excited about. Wrong, 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 right? Your clients don't want to get to the next level, be a better leader, get healthy, or communicate better. Coaches love what I call the process of coaching. They love to have these deep, intense conversations about what clients really need. They love to help set up a plan or help them set up their vision. They like to use accountability. They love to challenge and transform limiting beliefs. And your prospective clients here, they're not interested in any of that. It just sounds too difficult or just plain no fun to them, at least not in the beginning of your contact with them. Again, this is a marketing discussion here. You can't market those things because talking like that is coach speak. Have you ever gone to the doctor and they use some type of long medical jargon with you? Did you understand what they said? Probably not, right, until they spoke with you in layman's terms. This is like that. It's like speaking to your client in another language that they don't understand. They won't even realize you can solve their problem because they're using different words than you. You may think your prospective client's interested in your coaching. Wrong again. Your client doesn't want coaching. Nobody wants coaching. Well, what is coaching, right? Coaching is getting someone to do what they don't want to do to become who they want to be. And who wants to do stuff that they don't want to do? Nobody, right? People are not going to be attracted to your coaching. It's actually an obstacle to getting them to talk with you. So for example, let's just say you're a health coach and you market yourself this way. Come work with me. I'm going to run you on a treadmill until you collapse onto the ground, barely able to breathe, throwing up all over yourself, wanting to die. You'll probably be so sore afterward, you'll barely be able to move for a week. Muscular people all around us will be laughing at you. Then I will proceed to shove bitter vegetables down your throat, and you can never have a piece of chocolate cake ever again. But you'll live longer. Well, they're going to say, that's okay, I'll just stay home, eat my tub of ice cream, and watch daytime TV, right? Your prospective clients don't want concepts. What they will want is they want specific and measurable end results. So if you follow the systems that we teach our private clients, then your prospects will recognize that the best way to get what they really want will be to sign up for your coaching program. And that system is what our private clients are using to make money coaching. So we're going to go into these three key systems. Over 90% of coaches make less than $10,000 a year. Is this you? These are the three systems you must have to become a well-paid coach. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If you're not strong in any of these systems, you will struggle. First system is a lead generation system. Now, what's lead generation? Lead generation is your strategy to offer information that your target market wants to get them to raise their hand and say to you, I want to find out more about that, and then give you their name, their phone number, and email address. And when coaches say to me, they're putting themselves out there, what it tells me is they have no system to get leads or people that are interested in finding out more that are good candidates to become paying coaching clients. And it amazes me how few coaches have a lead generation system. Your lead generation system is your strategy to get your prospective clients to raise their hand and want to talk to you at all. Your lead generation system should be in writing. Of all three systems to get clients that I will share with you, lead generation is the most important. It's also the one coaches least like to do. Having a great lead generation system, though, will always give you a steady stream of new coaching leads and new clients. Your lead generation system gives you control over your income. The ability to generate a steady stream of coaching leads is that lifeblood of your business. Cash is oxygen, right? When you can generate your own coaching leads, you'll get to optimize your profits instead of having to beg for business. And you'll also never appear pushy to your prospective clients because you'll have an abundant mindset around leads. And you'll always have another person that's interested in possibly working with you. So it gives you the freedom to never have to feel as though you need any particular person to hire you. Also, business partners will seek you out, and you can have the freedom to set your own pricing for the value that you add. And in addition, you'll get to coach only the clients that you want to coach. Most coaches rate themselves at a 5 or less on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being poor and 10 being great, in the area of lead generation. Write this in your notes. Lead generation is a learned skill. Well-paid coaches consistently generate their own coaching leads. I urge you to make a decision today to become a well-paid coach. Once you have the skill, you won't just get one additional client from it. You'll have it to get client after client every business day for the rest of your coaching career. Ask yourselves a question. What is your mindset around lead generation? Do you believe coaching leads are abundant? Do you believe coaching leads are scarce? If you believe coaching leads are scarce, it's an imaginary hurdle you're putting in front of your coaching business. Instead, choose to believe that there are more clients out there than you can possibly handle yourself, because there are. There are more people who want to solve the problem you can solve than you can possibly help by yourself. The basis of lead generation is selecting your niche or your target market. So what happens if you don't have a niche? Well, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. If you don't categorize yourself, other people will categorize or define you for you. Then it's going to be an uphill battle for you to change their mind. It's far better for you to categorize yourself for them. Also, without a niche, you can't craft your marketing message to attract leads because you don't know what kind of coaching leads you want. If you say you're just a life coach, for example, then people will think you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. And they won't give you referrals because they won't know where to file you in their brain as the person who solves a particular problem. We all know a mechanic, an insurance agent, hairdresser, plumber, etc. And we want them to think of you as the lifetime solution to a particular problem in your specialty. It also makes it much harder to enroll potential clients in your coaching because you can't prepare in advance on how to solve their problem because you won't even know what it is. So you're constantly going to be put on the spot in your sessions. So finding a niche, it requires a couple of steps here. One is, who is the identifiable community that you want to serve? Seth Godin, he calls it a tribe. Maybe it's women 35 and over, or maybe it's men from 50 to 65. Whatever it is, it has to be something specific. That's the first step. Second step, what is the problem they already know that they have, or think that they have, that you can solve? This is what they want, not what they need. You'll give them what they need later on when you're doing your sample coaching session after they become, a lead and have already decided they want to talk to you. Your coaching business is almost for certain going to help people solve a particular health, relationship, or money problem. So you can start in one of those areas. All this really is, guys, is a platform for you to use to get your clients to talk to you long enough for you to get to do the stuff for them that you like to do, whether it's personal development or achieving their dreams. It's just a platform to allow you to do that. You don't need to know exactly what your niche is going to be today. And you're also not married to it for the rest of your coaching career. You can change it at any time. Don't allow yourself to get stuck here. Don't overthink this, and don't try to be perfect. You're not going to be sure about a niche until you spend time coaching people in that niche. Although most of you will be happy coaching most people, I just want you to have a couple of different niches to talk about so you can get coaching leads right away. And I can help you figure that out very quickly. So what is the purpose of generating a lead for your coaching business? The purpose of generating a coaching lead is to generate a coaching lead. You're not trying to get them to hire you as their coach when you're generating a coaching lead. You're looking for people who know they have the problem you can solve. One of the biggest mistakes many coaches make is as soon as someone wants more information about their coaching, they start telling them right away about how great their coaching is. And that's like going on a first date and asking them to marry you on the first date. Hopefully that hasn't happened to you. It's just too much too soon, and it communicates that you're all about you. It is literally client repellent. The purpose of generating a coaching lead is to generate a coaching lead. No more and no less. That's what you're doing. Jeff, did you have Julianne's story you want to tell a little bit about?
Yeah, sure. It's funny because Julianne was already a pretty successful coach when we started working with her, and this was years ago. I mean, in fact, I was looking back at some of the conversations you and I had when we were working with Julianne, and I found this instant message that you sent me. I just threw it up on the slides here. This was in 2010, and this is from Chris to me, and he says, "Hey Jeff, Julianne just figured out she doubled her monthly bank deposit since she started working with me, and last month it tripled." And that all came from what Chris just talked about. I mean, she was already working with a decent amount of clients. That double and then that triple came from working with us on niche strategy, focusing on who's her client, what's the challenge, how does she attract more of those leads specifically. Because if she couldn't get her lead gen increased and have actually more chances at bat, so to speak, there's no way that she was going to hit more home runs. And once we drastically increased her lead flow, then the clients just started flowing in because she already knew how to sign them up. We'll talk about how to sign them up in just a second. So it was all about niche strategy. Tripled her coaching income within about 120 days. That's the possibility of a good strategy around niche selection and then lead attraction and setting up systems so you're not running on a hamster wheel constantly to try to make those leads show up. There's nothing wrong with that, starting out, but once you've got this thing going, you need to find a way to automate it. And having a good system and a good strategy is exactly what we worked with Julianne on to make this result happen for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Next step after generating a lead, because obviously we covered that, then we have to set a sample strategy session. So that's the next step. Set a sample strategy session, not just talking about your coaching. Okay. So in your free coaching session setting system, you've got to have a system to turn a lead who wants more information into a complimentary coaching session. That's really, really key. And most coaches just don't do enough complimentary coaching sessions. Well-paid coaches do complimentary sessions regularly, all the time. And sample coaching sessions are really essential for several reasons. One, you want to see if you want to coach them. You just might not want to coach that person. Do you feel you'd enjoy coaching them? Do you guys have synergy together? And when I say synergy, synergy is 1 + 1 = 3. It's when the result is more than the sum of its parts. You only want to really accept coaching clients that you really want to work with, because what will happen is that you never want to be in a position where you dread your coaching sessions with your clients. Otherwise, what's the point of having a coaching business if you're dreading coaching your clients? It's ridiculous, right? So do that sample session with them. It's also the best way for them to have a coaching experience with your style of coaching. That way they can make an informed decision on if they want to coach with you. Most potential coaching clients, they've never had a coach, and most of them don't even know what coaching is. They think coaching is yelling. They think coaching is that gym teacher, making them climb the rope in gym class when they were in school. They think it's what they see the coach for their favorite sports team doing on the sideline. Yelling, right? You see them all the time. They're screaming and yelling at the players. And you and I know that's not what coaching is, but your prospective clients don't. And this way they can, kind of try before they buy. It's also an opportunity to transform and make a difference for your potential client. Most people are more interested in pleasing methods than they are in pleasing results. Another mentor I have named Gary Blair, he says commitment's like pregnancy. Either you're pregnant or you're not. You're either committed or you're not. So most people, they're interested in losing weight. They're interested in increasing their energy. Maybe we'll call that, getting skinny, whatever. Most people are interested in living a love story for the ages. And we'll call that happy. They're interested in being happy. Most people are interested in making more money or paying off debt or, buying a home, whatever. And we'll call that maybe rich. So let's call it skinny, happy, rich. So if everyone wants to be skinny, happy, and rich, then why aren't they? It's because they're not committed. People who are merely interested are only going to do what's comfortable, and is doing what's comfortable going to get you results? Not a chance. You're looking to transform your potential client into a state of passionate commitment instead of just merely being interested in a result. And that's a free session goes a long way towards helping them get into that state of mind. It also allows you to build value of your coaching in your prospective client's mind. It allows you to solve their problem and also want to hire you as their coach. And without it, your coaching's nothing special in their mind. What do I mean? Well, let's use this illustration of that gas station again. If all gas is the same, then what gas are you going to buy? Well, you're going to buy the cheapest gas closest to you, most likely. But what if there was gas that cost 2 times as much, but could magically make all traffic disappear. You could never get a flat tire, or would make time stops. You'd never have to be running late to a destination ever again, right? Would you pay 2 times as much? Of course you would, right? Why? Because the value you'd be getting for your money would be dramatically higher. Well-paid coaches are so good at building the value of their coaching in their potential client's mind that they never have to negotiate on their fees because the perceived value makes their coaching almost irresistible. Now, our system shows you what to say to set as many complimentary coaching sessions as you want, and what to say in your complimentary coaching session to make your coaching almost irresistible by asking powerful questions, which is really the key to influence. And that third system that you must have, we've covered lead generation, we've covered appointment setting, right? Third system you've got to have is your enrollment system. Now, what's your enrollment system? Your enrollment system is the words that you use when you ask your prospective client to hire you. It's the structure of your coaching package. It's your coaching agreement or contract. It's how effective you are at handling their concerns. It's all of those things. You must have powerful words and have them in an order in which to use them that you will never become a well-paid coach, because you're never going to be consistent enough at enrolling prospective clients in your coaching. Okay? If you're winging it, you're going to get wing it results. Even if you get a result, you won't know how you did it. And if you don't know how you did it, then you can't do it again consistently. This is your prospective client's life. It is too important to just show up and throw out whatever's in your head. Yes, you want to leave some space for you to share your individual coaching, but there are important enrollment steps that you must cover. If you don't cover them, your chances go lower and lower they will hire you. If prospective coaching clients consistently don't hire you, what happens? Well, you never become a well-paid coach. That's obvious, right? The less clients pay for your coaching, the less committed they are, the less action they take, and consequently the less results they get. Your prospective client will not get the results they're looking for if they don't hire you, probably ever. That's a very big deal. They probably will. If they don't hire you, they are probably never going to get the result. Also, you'll end up in no man's land, which I'll explain in a moment here, and you'll burn out. You'll get discouraged and you'll quit your coaching business. If you don't have clients, it's because you don't have at least one of these 3 systems in place, most likely none of them, or you're not using them effectively. I've known really talented coaches that don't do these 3 systems consistently, and they struggle. And I've seen coaches that you wouldn't outwardly, look at and go, wow, that's a really talented person, and they use these 3 systems, and they get paying coaching clients. So it's really executing these fundamentals, no doubt.
Chris, let me just interject a little bit about the enrollment system side of things. There are a lot of examples of this, of great coaches that don't have any clients and coaches that are maybe even not the best coaches in the world, but they got tons of clients. It's like, why is that? And the difference is this thing that we just talked about, the enrollment system, along with the ability to generate those leads and actually set those free sessions. And Sean Stewart's a great example of this. Sean came to us, he was a screenwriter, and when he first started working with us, he went through one of our basic programs, and he actually struggled for about around 6 to 10 months. He was getting some clients, but it was really hitting the wall as far as getting enough clients to pay his bills and growing his business to the point where he's going to be successful. And if you read that kind of famous New York Times article that talks about our students, most of them were successful. Sean was the exception. His struggles were actually kind of exposed in that New York Times article, and I remember still to this day him calling me and saying, I can't believe what they wrote about me. They said I didn't have enough clients and I wasn't successful and this and this and this. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna live this down? And I remember mentioning to him, I was like, that's not the end of your story. That's the beginning of your story. So don't stop there. And he recommitted. He really, like Chris talked about, he became much more committed to redoubling his efforts at that point. And he actually became a student at Master Coach University and ultimately signed up for our Synergy Private Client Program, and through that process, he mastered free sessions. There were tons of things he could have mastered during that time. We taught him all sorts of stuff, but one thing he really focused on was the free session side of things. And we taught him 4 or 5 different free session models during that time, and he started putting together his enrollment system, his perfect enrollment system. And the last couple of years, Sean has exploded his business as a result of that specifically. He's done all sorts of things, but literally he partners with some of the top coaches in the world, and they send him clients because they know that he's going to run a great free session. He has a great enrollment system, and so they entrust him with their entire training businesses, their coaching businesses, and then he has a very strong business of his own that he generates using speaking, and he's been on several different news programs talking about different aspects of personal and professional development, time management, and on and on and on. But that really all started with mastering free sessions. And last year he called me, I think it was last year, might have been the year before actually at this point, I have trouble remembering. But he called me up one day for a session we were running, and he said, Jeff, I'm celebrating, I had my first $10,000 month. Just recently, and I didn't add this here, but when we actually shared this webinar on Facebook, he commented and said, hey, I'm glad you guys are doing this webinar. Since I've had my first $10,000 month, I've had tons of huge months since then. I'm paraphrasing. I'm sure I'm not doing it justice what exactly he said, but that wasn't just a one-time thing. He's repeated that over and over and over again and expanded past that at this point. The free session skills that he mastered in Master Coach University and Synergy, that was the basis of that success from what I can tell with Sean, going from struggling to really, really successful.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean was very interested in helping people, wanted to make a difference, but he was also willing to learn the enrollment strategy and how to get paying clients so that he would have the time and energy and ability to do that. And obviously, he's reaping rewards, and so are his clients, for sure. That's an issue a lot of people have, is asking for money. That's the other myth we can kind of debunk here, is if you ask for money for your coaching, like it somehow shows you didn't really care about your prospective client, you're just trying to sell them. And I think a lot of people have that in their head, coaches at least. And it's part of actually coaching your prospective coaching client to help your prospective clients hire you. Not for you, but for them. Prospective clients that don't hire you, as I shared earlier, they are not going to come to you in a few months and say, thank goodness I did not hire you because I've doubled my income, I've lost 50 pounds, and I found my soulmate. It's just very unlikely. They're far more likely to repeat history than to create a new history. So you'd never feel uncomfortable coaching your prospective client that wants to lose weight to drink more water or to stop eating junk food. Well, why not? Well, the reason is it's good for them. So why feel uncomfortable asking for your potential client to hire you? It's good for them. Your enrollment system, it improves your chances of that client to hire you and make their life better and for you to become a well-paid coach. And also, when your client's paying you well for your coaching, they have skin in the game. And what this really means is they're going to be more committed and serious about following your coaching so they can get a return on their investment. So it's really a win-win situation, and it creates a lot of situations where you don't have to constantly push your client all the time, because they're a lot more self-motivated in those situations in most cases, because when you have to push your clients all the time, it's exhausting. And most coaches, they don't even ask a prospective coaching client if they would like to hire them. They never even ask. And those that do, they tend to ask very wimpy and weakly and passively. And that makes your prospective client feel like you're not confident. And if you're not confident at the end of the session, then they will be scared off from hiring you. and they'll hire someone else who has an enrollment system. You know, they might not even know why they're doing it. They just might get a bad feeling about it. And many coaches never ask the client to hire them. They just deliver a bunch of follow-up sessions, hoping that that prospective client is going to speak up and ask the coach, well, how can I hire you? Which is probably just not going to happen. And coaches that don't have an enrollment system, what they end up doing is they just endlessly run sessions, which is why they burn out, until someone lowball offers to pay them for their coaching. And I call this a pity client. And I call it a pity client because they throw a few dollars your way since they have a guilty conscience for coaching with you for free for so long, not because they really value your coaching. And then these coaches end up in no man's land, which I mentioned earlier. But what is no man's land? Well, no man's land is, since these coaches have no system, they drop their coaching rates to get clients. And at first these coaches are excited because they got a paying client. So they're like, woohoo, I got a paying client. And then soon after, reality hits. They realize they're making peanuts coaching their clients, and they don't have the time or the systems to go get clients that will pay the rate they deserve, and they're afraid of letting go of the clients they got because they need the money. Not fun. Not a fun place to be. Having a strong enrollment system, lead generation system, all that prevents that situation. If you feel you're not good at enrolling prospective coaching clients into hiring you, you're not alone, and you're in the right place. Our systems help the coaches we work with in our private coaching client program to excel at enrolling potential coaching clients almost from day one of their coaching business, because we've engineered that already. Another myth that I hear a lot from people is I don't need a one-on-one coach to get clients. And you know, it's really hard for a lot of people to charge someone for coaching if they haven't paid for coaching themselves. Earlier I said I'd never been asked if I had a certification, if I had a certification in a complimentary session, and that's true. Well, I have been asked on a complimentary session if I had a coach myself, which I've always had. Now, if you don't have a coach, you end up having to learn in the school of hard knocks. If you have a coach, everything will be faster and easier because you're working with an expert. You'll also have confidence and authority with your prospective client, and that will come across to them when you ask them to hire you. In short, if you're going to be a coach, you should really follow your own advice and pay for coaching yourself. When you're a client of coaching, you can pay it forward. It shows you believe in it. You're getting results, and you're the example. You just won't be as effective attempting to enroll these prospective clients in your coaching if you're not paying for coaching, because you know you're asking them to do something you're unwilling to do. And what that's going to do is that will cause you to take on a weak and fearful posture in your enrollment section. And your prospective client, they will sense that, and they will feel insecure about working with you. I'm not saying nobody will hire you, but what I'm saying is that it's going to be much more difficult because you can't fake yourself. You can't lie to yourself when it comes to that kind of stuff. So if you want to become a well-paid coach, you got to get yourself to do three things. You have to develop a sense of urgency. You got to take the actions that a well-paid coach would take, and you have to make decisions as if you were already a well-paid coach. You got to look at it from the place you want to be backwards, not from the place now. And one action you all have the opportunity to take is to apply for our Synergy Private Client Program. And that reminds me a little bit of Gerard, who's a client in the program. And Gerard came to us. He didn't have any coaching experience. He was working a full-time job, or he's working a regular day job like everybody else. He wanted to start a coaching business, and he came to us, and we put together all these systems for him. He started doing some speaking, started doing a number of things, and he got 33 paying coaching clients. He's got fees approaching $300 per month, and he's got group coaching clients, and he basically filled up his coaching practice completely full in a really short period of time. And he's even hired other coaches to do coaching for his clientele. So what that does for Gerard is it puts him in a position where he's creating Gerard, not their money. And what I mean by that is he doesn't always have to be there to show up one-on-one to make money as a coach. He's a great success story. He really is changing the world because his focus is helping people with their health and stop smoking and things like that. So, this is a guy who is totally committed, has another job, which he likes his other job, but now he's making a huge difference in his coaching business, and he's becoming a real business owner, and he's helping expand the coaching profession as well. So real proud of what Gerard's been able to accomplish. So here's how the Synergy Private Client Program works. What's going to happen is you'll get 2 30 to 45-minute one-on-one customized coaching calls each month. And on the call, we're going to start out by reviewing the recent challenges and the victories that you've had so we can see what progress that you've made on your coaching business goals and where you are, because you can't help someone get where they want to go if you don't know where they currently are. So it's really important we do that. Then we review the things that you said you were going to do since the previous call. So if you did them, then we're going to celebrate that, right? And if you did not, then what we're going to do is we're going to transform what made you not do them. We will hold you to the standards of excellence that you set for yourself. Not perfection, but we're not going to let you off the hook and just say, hey, go get them next time, champ, because we really care about your coaching business goals. So we're going to set up structures and support you to accomplish the results that you're looking for. Then we're going to review your goals. We're going to get clear. Are you ahead of target? Are you behind on your target? Are you on target? Because there's always one of those 3 positions that we're all in, ahead, on target, or behind. And if you're on target, that's fantastic. We're going to celebrate that. If you're behind target, we'll find out why and get it fixed so that you can still hit your goal. I'm sure that you'd rather know what is preventing you from hitting your client goal so you can fix the problem before it's too late to accomplish your coaching business goal in the time frame that you have in mind. So we'll keep you focused on that, keep bringing that as a key point in mind, and then we'll focus on the result that you want from that call that day. What do you feel that you need to get result-wise or support, whatever it is, to make that the most productive and effective call for you that day. Then, based on what insights we've gained to that point, we'll make whatever you'll make whatever commitments that you want to make coming out of that call. They will be whatever you decide you want to commit to, if you want to make any at all. If you want suggestions on what to commit to, we'll make some recommendations, but your commitments are your commitments. No one's going to make you make any commitments. With the ones that you make, we'll hold you to. And I really urge you to make commitments to grow and move your business forward, move your life forward. You will also get 2 coaching webinars with Jeff in an intimate group setting. And what makes this coaching different than the other group coachings that I'm aware of is it's actually coaching, right? Many coaches at Jeff's level are really, they just get on a call and they talk for 30 minutes about a topic that they want to talk about, and then maybe answer a couple questions from the audience of hundreds of people in some cases. And this is not like that. This is really similar to the one-on-one coaching calls. They're small enough for you to get individual accountability and also get a chance to get focused on laser coaching on how to solve your specific coaching business challenge, really any challenge. And this is a great way to get a customized, instant expert answer to any question that you want answered on how to coach clients, how to do internet marketing, anything you need to grow your coaching business. And at the end of that call or webinar, Jeff sends out the recording for you to review anytime that you want. So you get 2 one-on-one coaching sessions each month. I'll be doing a training webinar each month as well. And you get 2 group sessions with Jeff. So that means you're going to be working with an experienced professional coach every single week in some way. And Jeff and I will give you a blanket of support and help you in several different ways. When you're going to get some clarity on your coaching business goals with some regular progress review and guidance to turn you into that well-paid coach you want to become. And then we're going to design the best strategies to take action on to attract paying clients so you're not wasting energy and time, just trying to figure out, where the heck do I start, right? And then we'll upgrade your words. That's a really important piece. Upgrade your words so you can get paid. You can have more confidence every time you're talking to a prospective client doing a session or generating a lead. And maybe you can relate with this, where some of you might even be certified on this call, where maybe you feel like you're at least as good, if not a lot better coach than somebody else, but they're getting more clients than you. And you think, but I'm at least as good or better coach than them. And this is what happens to so many coaches. They're really, really good at what they do. They've taken a ton of coaching training, read books on it. They're really good at it, and they're really passionate about it, and they believe in what you're doing. But you're not communicating it to your prospective coaching clients in a way, you're not using the right words in a way that makes it compelling for them to hire you. So we'll show you how to bring the benefits of your coaching to life and build value in your coaching using specific words that are going to make every complimentary session for the rest of your life really more life-changing. And having the right words is really like having a client cloning machine. It's going to make it dramatically easier to have them hire you and you make a difference for them. We're also going to optimize your environment by surrounding yourself with encouragement. So even in moments where maybe you feel like quitting, you'll have us here masterminding, training, coaching, to help you keep going and to reach your coaching client goal. Master your psychology as well by kind of clearing out any limiting beliefs and thinking like well-paid coaches do. This business is very important. It can be very lonely. It's very important to have a support network because you're just coaching people and you're giving all the time. It's important to have coaches you're working with to help give you support emotionally and keep recharging you, if nothing else. So remember, well-paid coaches, we don't just think differently, they think better. And the Synergy Private Client Program, it's going to help you with your focus, it's going to help you with your motivation, and you'll learn how to enroll coaching clients from a place of honesty, from a place of integrity, from a place of compassion, and truly making a difference for them. And you'll also get my Action Accountability Club membership. And as a member of my Action Accountability Club, you're going to get an email from me each day asking for you to send me what actions you took for that day to grow your coaching business. And you'll just reply to the email with whatever you did that day, what those activities were, and I'll either acknowledge you or I'll give you feedback to help you peak perform. For example, let's say you've committed to set a certain amount of free sessions, 1 hour a day, and send me your activities each day or some type of tracking. And you have a busy day and you look at the clock and you've only got an hour left in your business day, but you still have 30 minutes left to make or hit your daily goal. And you know that I'm expecting to see if you did what you said you'd do for the day. Well, what are you going to do? Well, you're a lot more likely to invest those 30 minutes because you don't want me to see you short of your goal. And you also don't want to not send me what you did for the day because then I'll know you didn't do what you said you would do. So you're more likely to take the actions you got to take to move your business to the next level, get the free sessions, get the leads, whatever it is you're needing to do and to honor that commitment. Again, this is nurturing accountability. I'm not going to make you feel bad about yourself if you don't follow through any one day. All of us are human beings. We don't do the right things from time to time. This is a structure to support the actions you need to take to become a well-paid coach and to get used to taking more action because it's like a muscle. If you're not used to taking action, it kind of gets weak. So you have to exercise it and you get stronger and stronger. And the email reminds you to let me know what you did to get paying clients so you just can't, you can't just forget. And I also include a success message in there so you'll continue to learn client getting tips all the time. Now, I personally send this out every day. I don't have it on an autoresponder. I don't have an assistant filter out the responses. I personally respond to these every business day. I either respond with a pat on the back or with some brief laser coaching to help you make money coaching. And we're in the sweet spot, I think Jeff and I are in our organization to help you because we've accomplished a lot in our businesses, but we're still small enough to give you personal attention. And this way, you're going to send me an email, get a quick response, and it takes that coaching relationship to a daily coaching relationship when you need it. Now, you don't have to be in the Action Accountability Club. It's not required, but it is one of the structures that will support your taking action that you have access to, and I'm happy to support you that way. You'll also get access to new training videos and resources every few weeks, starting with the basics and building to really the most advanced strategies for you to master your coaching and your coaching business. We've got over 100 total of those, and we'll send those to you in bite-sized morsels so you don't get overwhelmed and so you can address every detail of how to become a well-paid coach, really that you can imagine step by step very thoroughly. Jeff, do you have anything more you'd like to kind of share about those videos?
Yeah, this is an area that I'm really excited about because when we first started working with private clients, there were no resources for them. We would literally, have to hold the hand of every client personally with every single area for them just to learn this stuff. And there's only so much time that we have in our coaching relationship. So now we have, bordering on 100 video trainings that are in the members area that cover, everything from just the basics of coaching, the basics of starting your coaching business, to more advanced leadership concepts, to the different types of free sessions, how to set free sessions, how to attract free sessions using assessments and building your list of leads, and on and on and on and on and on. And those trainings, I'm just so excited that you have the access to those now, because we found it's made the biggest difference in the world for our the members of the Synergy Private Client program. I just got, I think this was like about 4 or 5 months ago, I got something from one of our members of the program, Chanel, and I just grabbed this off of Facebook. She said, I just wanted to thank Jeff for all the comprehensive videos. And that is actually kind of an important point. These videos aren't just little 10-minute idea sessions or something like that. We're talking about, many of these, if not most of these videos, border on an hour of intensive, detailed trainings. They come with full-on workbooks and scripting, and you'll know what to say, what to do, step-by-step, word for word, with every aspect of the business side of your business and a lot of the aspects of the coaching side of your of the contribution side of your business as well. And then she goes on to say, I find your videos to be so helpful. You really go into the inner-outer techniques, or the inner and outer game techniques, as I like to call them, that's needed for us to support and help our clients. She's just talking about the coaching side, and not even going into the coaching business side. Really, the entire business that I built over 15 years is codified inside of these trainings, step by step, brick by brick, piece by piece. And if you just put one foot in front of the other and follow the blueprints that are in those trainings, you will get a similar result. I mean, it's like the secret to success, as one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, used to say, success leaves clues. And if you use role models and you see what they do, and then you just sow the same seeds, you take the same actions, you will reap. You'll reap the same rewards. So it's really, really an exciting resource to include in this program. Also, besides that, I think I'll just go ahead and share really briefly. We also have had some of our members of Synergy request to get our community even more involved with each other. So we've got a really, really powerful group of coaches here. And so we are actually opening up a coach mastermind. And Chris, you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of, in fact, some of our other programs we've used masterminds with, and we found that it's, as I said earlier, coaching is, frankly, it's a very lonely profession. I mean, you don't have a lot of overhead. A lot of people are kind of working out of their house, or, whatever. Some are even doing sessions in their car when they're getting going, whatever is necessary to get going. And having other coaches that they're in a community with, mastermind ideas with, get encouragement with. Maybe there's some things that they're doing that are working that they want to share. And it just seems to really keep the spirits up. It seems to really kind of make it a team effort, even though we all have our own businesses here. Of course, it seems to have. It reminds me of the mastermind principle I was always taught. Jeff, you were probably taught this too, which is you get more than 2 people in a room. There's an imaginary brain that pops up that thinks of stuff that the 2 brains or more couldn't think of on their own. And so those are just really powerful experiences to have.
It makes a difference in terms of the confidence that you can build around the strategies that you're learning. I mean, if a coach is in the mastermind and they're talking about, they're not they're not coming from our perspective necessarily. They might have just gotten started, but you are kind of elbow to elbow with them in the trenches here. And if they share a strategy they use that got them a bunch of clients, it can really increase the confidence that you have in that method and inspire you to go ahead and take action with it. And so it's a very, very powerful resource to have access to. And our private clients have requested it, so we're adding a mastermind that you can join and be a part of on a regular basis. You don't have to participate if you don't want to, but that is also going to be included going forward in the Synergy private client program. We also have a really active community on our Facebook group, our private Facebook group. There's always tons of comments and questions, and I'm on there almost every day, along with Chris and the rest of our coaching staff, answering those questions and sharing experiences and new strategies as well. So there's plenty of places you can interface with the other coaches in the community besides this mastermind if that's not a good fit for you. Also, one of the other requests we got recently from our clients in Synergy already is that we include more new trainings from other expert coaches and other coaches on our team. And so what I decided to do with this is to create a monthly training. Chris has been training every single Synergy client over the last 3 or 4 years especially to run a specific system that helps generate leads, that helps turn those leads into free sessions, and helps those free sessions turn into paying coaching clients like we talked about today. And we've had tremendous successes, and some of them we've actually shared with you already during this time that we've had together, just in the last hour or so. That system, we're at the point where it's really needed, and there's a demand for us to bring that into a training format so that everyone in Synergy has access to it. And so Chris is actually going to be running these monthly trainings in very specific modules for exactly how to run the system that he's proven and that our clients have proven, turn a coaching practice with no clients into a coaching practice with 10, 20, 30 clients. And so you're going to get those trainings as a part of the Synergy program. After Chris has completed those modules, they'll be available to you online forever. And I'll be sharing other trainings. I'll be running some of these, our expert faculty, and then also other guests from outside of JTS Advisors and outside of Master Coach University will be coming in to offer additional distinctions and trainings out of areas that they're experts in. Now, by the way, we've been running tons of trainings over the last couple of years, and I'm going to just kind of throw these up on the screen here so you can read some of the areas that we've already had trainings on. And I'm going to actually put all of these online available for you to watch. Many of them are videos of webinars we've done and recordings of conference calls we've run, and there's tons of them already available. So all of them are going to collectively be available to you online to access at any time, anywhere. The moment you sign up for Synergy, you'll have access to all of these trainings as well. By the way, these trainings are not just very valuable. They're, like I said, I think I mentioned this, the recordings are all going to be available in the Synergy members area. And Kelly Jennings, one of our clients, has been working with us. She's a coach in New York City, and she's been working with us for over 2 years now. And she's been coaching corporations and leading workshops and running her own trainings. But here's one of the things that she's mentioned about the training she's already received from us. She said, and this was a little while ago that she mentioned this, and I just, again, kind of stole this off of Facebook. Here's how a free session call ended today with my newest client. And this is a quote from her client that just signed up with her. I've worked with a lot of coaches and I do a lot of personal development, but I could tell 10 minutes into the call, you're unlike any coach I've worked with. I'm super excited to get started. And this is a really cool part, in my opinion, obviously, but she also says, absolutely would not be possible without the training I've had from Jeff and Chris. So we're really happy that that training's made a difference for our private clients, and I wanted to make a difference for you. And so we're gonna take the same trainings that Kelly's received and that our other private clients have gotten, and make those available to you online, on top of the new modules that Chris and I and the other experts and guests are going to be sharing with you as long as you're in Synergy. Every single month, you'll have a chance to download those, put them on a device, stream them from the internet if you missed the live training. But if you attend the live trainings, you'll have a chance to ask questions and really grill Chris and grill me and grill the other expert faculty and guests as well. So with all this together, it's a pretty powerful learning experience, coaching and transformational experience, so you can actually turn yourself into the master coach that you know you are, and get out there and take action and make the knowledge and the expertise that you're developing through the training you're receiving and the coaching that you're getting into real paying clients, real measurable results as well. Chris, I'll turn it back over to you.
Cool. Yeah, and like you said, this is not Synergy. This is not new. We've been doing this for a while. We've gotten, clients have gotten results from what we're helping them to do and taking the information and applying it, which is a credit to them, and we're honored to be a part of that. And we're committed to improving it. And you've shown that, Jeff. People giving feedback. We're adding stuff to this. This is almost like results on steroids. Like, we're really focused on making this as productive and effective as possible. So, what is the Synergy Private Client Program? What's it worth? Well, as you guys may have guessed by now, we're not giving the program away. Our organization has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on business development, on team building, marketing, advertising, optimization, in order to reach the level that we're at today. And just Jeff and I, we spent 25 years coaching between us. It's our life's work, and that doesn't count the many other experienced coaches we've got. And I've personally spent over 10,000 hours gaining experience coaching clients, thousands of marketing hours, writing hundreds of blog articles. I've delivered several hundred speeches, interviews, conference calls, trainings, made over 100,000 prospecting phone calls, generated over 20,000 leads. I spent over $50,000 going to seminars, taking training courses, and I've had over $250,000 worth of one-on-one coaching and sales and marketing put into me. I've read over 200 books on personal development, and I'm constantly reading more. Sales and marketing, and I've spent months getting 2 certifications in strategy and accountability coaching. We could charge $10,000 to work with us for a year, considering you could make a lot more than that, and frankly should. But we're not going to do that. Although we've charged $1,000 a month for coaching in the past, and our average is $575 a month. You won't have to pay that, because we love working with coaches like you. The investment starts at $275 a month, and I want you to ask yourself, how many clients do you have to get to make a profit on $275?
Yeah, let me.
The average coaching client.
Let me interject there really quick, because that's the real question. The question is not whether we have the resources for you that you need to build a coaching practice that is going to make you as much as you need to pay your bills and really go to the next level and have the freedom in your life from any job ever. And I'm going to back through this just for a second. This is what we've covered already: the one-on-one sessions that you get with your coach, the group sessions with me every month. You get 2 of those. The accountability systems that we have in those sessions, along with Chris's daily accountability, if you choose to take advantage of that. The training videos and resources is extremely valuable, and you really can't find that anywhere else, to my knowledge, especially in a coaching program where you're really getting one-on-one support. The additional and new live trainings and recordings, and then the Coach Mastermind that'll be available to you as well. The question is not whether it's worth $275 a month, like we just talked about. The question is, does it make sense to you? Are you going to run this business? Are you going to make the money to pay that fee and I'll then come out with a profit as well? So when we talk about fees, and this is kind of a lot of fun, because this is where we get to talk about, okay, you actually getting paid to do what you hopefully love to do. If you don't love to do it, you probably shouldn't be in the business, right? So, part of the coaching business is the speaking business. And speaking fees range, for anyone who's paid to speak between $250 and $5,000 or more per speech. Now, obviously, if you're making more than that, you're probably kind of in the guru category already. But I know plenty of speakers that are in that range. And so that's definitely an income source and a profit center in the coaching business. Products are really kind of coaching that you package up. When you take something that you've given to client after client and then finally make an audio or a video or a DVD set or a CD set out of it, or a download out of it, or a membership site out of it, which is really part of the benefit, I think, of doing a lot of coaching, is that you figure out what are the really valuable books and audios and videos and trainings that you have within you to give your clients, and those can be packaged up for people that might be your clients, or for individuals that will never even afford your coaching necessarily, and you can make a difference for people without even being there. Like Chris said, it's like when the coach is not there type of scenario. You can still coach even when you're not around. And those product prices can range from $50 for a product or a video set or something like that to $3,000 or more as well, depending on the niche that you're in. And then finally, obviously the coaching fees is a huge piece. And I'm not even going to get into monthly fees here. We'll talk about that in a second. But annually, you should expect to make from any client between $1,500 and $12,000. There are coaches, and we've done this as well, who charge $1,000 a month, and so that would be about $12,000 a year. And there are coaches that might charge, in just like $150, $125 a month, and that would be more like $1,500 a year. But you could do the math. You don't need that many clients in that range in order to pay the bills and be in a position where you can be free of any other income source or need for that income source. So, and especially when you bring these multiple streams of coaching income, multiple streams of coaching profits together, and you've got several of these areas working synergistically, you're always going to have the income that you need if you make this serious business. You do what we advise, and you use more than just one of these profit centers. Now, let's just take one of these, though. Let's just talk coaching. Just coaching fees. So let's say you're a brand new coach. You start out with month one, and you get 4 clients. You run 8, 9, 10 free sessions. Half of those individuals sign up for coaching, and let's say you charge a fairly reasonable fee when you're starting out, about $250 for that first month of coaching. Well, your income for that month amounts to $1,000. Then 4 clients times $250 is $1,000. Now let's say you are able to just not even do any better than that the second month. You just repeat that. So in month 2, now you've added another 4 clients. So now we have to add the 4 clients who signed up in month 2 to the original 4 clients that signed up in month 1, assuming everybody stays around. Now you've doubled your income. Now you're at $2,000 per month. If you do the same in month 3, you're at $3,000, and you get the idea. By month 6, you're doing $6,000 a month. Now, some new coaches will say, well, some of those individuals aren't going to stay in coaching. Well, that's probably true. Not everybody will necessarily stick around for 6 months. You can have them sign an agreement where they'll stick around for 12 months, for that matter, if you choose to. But when you're first starting out, you might have some attrition, so you might not hit that exact number, right? These results are not necessarily even typical, depending on who you are and what kind of prospect you're looking at, what your network looks like, the marketing you do, and the quality of coaching you can provide. Obviously, those are all important aspects of what's going to go into what kind of income you can generate. But this is totally doable. I mean, these numbers are not completely off the wall. There's no doubt about that. So I just wanted to cover that because this partly, making this work and making a difference, is there are different games you want to win. One is the game of commitment. Chris talked about that earlier. Another is the game of value that you're adding, the difference you make for your clients, your skills, your abilities. That's business abilities and coaching abilities. But one of the games is just a numbers game. It's simply doing the math and having the numbers that you need so that you can make this work, pay your bills, and be free from any other constraints as well. So Chris, I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, and those are doable. That is doable stuff. And if any of you on here are feeling that you're not sure about, well, do I have what I need to play that game? We have it. We will help you get it. This is heck. We've had coaches that have been barely out of their teens getting coaching clients. So, I mean, anyone who's committed can get access to this and go make this happen. So, very doable targets for sure. The average client, I would say probably would work with you for about a year. And if our mentoring helps you get even as few as one or maybe two average clients, it would more than pay for itself to do the 275. Obviously, I'm not a CPA, but generally also when you have your own coaching business, investments like this are probably tax deductible. And when I share with people, sometimes they, we've all been here. They'll say to me, Chris, I know this all sounds really great, and I'm really, really interested, but if I do this, it has to work. Because I'm in this financial situation right now where, I have access to the 275 a month or whatever, but I'd have to make it work for me. And if you're in that place right now, I can absolutely relate. Not only have I been there myself, as you heard in my story earlier, I've tried some programs that didn't work. I've tried other programs that completely were incredible and changed my life. And what I'll say is this: did Sean, did Janine, did Gerard, did Julianne, did they know before they put us on their success team that their coaching businesses would make money in a down economy after signing up for our private client program? Well, no, of course not. First, they had to take a step on faith, and then the results showed up after the fact. They were honest with themselves. They knew they wouldn't get paying coaching clients without a well-paid coach to help them, or they would already have plenty of paying clients. So the reality is, whether you pay, you apply to work with us today or not, you're going to pay either way. There's going to be an investment for the program, but there's also a price you pay if you don't sign up for us to help you get paying clients. It's all the clients you miss out on if you don't know these words and if you don't follow these three systems we talked about today. Investing $275 a month is a much smaller investment than all the clients that you miss out on. And the maximum number of private clients that we work with is 20 because we limit it to 20 because we're also out creating content and coaching other organizations as well. And we have some bonuses here too as well for you. Jeff, you want to go into that a little bit, what we have on as far as bonuses go?
Yeah, we've included a couple really valuable bonuses here if you're going to be joining us in Synergy this year, at least during this limited launch period, if you will. And the first one is the coach certification training. We kind of talked down certification a little bit earlier on, but it is really something that's important to many coaches, and I can understand why, because when you have the certification that says I've learned this, I've mastered this, I know what I'm doing with this, it can make a difference with your confidence. For a lot of coaches it doesn't, but it can. And in addition to that, we wanted to put together a certification that didn't just give you a certificate at the end of it, which anybody could do, but made it so that we really made sure that when you go through this certification process, you learn the skills that are most important to be an advanced coach. This is an advanced certification. And that you know that when we certify you, that you absolutely can deliver massive value to any client, anytime, anywhere, and leave them completely delighted with the experience they had that led to the breakthroughs, to the value, to the experience of them receiving coaching from you. So that's really what this certification training is about. Now, from time to time, we do on-site certifications, but we actually found that a lot of our clients and a lot of our students couldn't make it halfway across the country in order to make it to a physical location. So what we have now done is we've created a facsimile of being there with us, belly to belly, shoulder to shoulder, and we've put this online, so you now have access to a virtual training. Now, this virtual training not only will give you access to all the training you'd get if you're visiting us in San Diego or Orlando, one of the trainings that we do from time to time on the on-sites, but you'll also have access to a full workbook that'll take you through every step that we take in the on-sites as well. So you can follow that workbook, and we actually connect you with other coaches that are going through certification at the same time. So you have a chance to work on your assignments with them and accomplish everything you would accomplish if you were with us. In fact, because we wanted to make sure this is really a valid certification that you receive, we don't want to certify anyone that didn't really follow through or learn or master the elements that we're offering in here. We actually have an online exam that you can take before you actually receive your certification from us. In fact, if you're not coming to an onsite, you do need to take that exam, so we know that you actually did go through everything. And everybody who actually goes through the certification, it's basically about a 2-day training process. They pass the exam with no problem. So it's really exciting to be able to offer this on a virtual level. And this year is really the first year where we are running this virtual training, not only with recordings from the on-sites that we have done, all the examples of live coaching that we have provided through those on-sites, and all of the mechanics that we've taught there. So you have a chance to watch those videos, but also we'll be running live events over the web, just like this, during the live virtual training part of what's happening this year. And you'll have a chance to participate in those live as well as connect with the rest of your coaching community so you can complete this coursework. By the way, this certification training is now approved. I don't have this, I wasn't even going to mention this. This certification training, these training hours are now approved by International Coach Federation. Most of Master Coach University is at this point approved training hours. So if you're doing continuing education for ongoing credentials with ICF, or you want to receive and achieve your ACC or more advanced, like a PCC or an MCC, you can actually get the training hours that are required for those particular credentials through us if you are upgrading to the certification program that makes that available to you. But these are approved training hours now through the ICF. So just if that's important to you, wanted to make sure that that's actually what's happening, and we've gotten to that point where we can work with ICF. ICF, International Coach Federation, they're basically the most well-respected and highly regarded standard setter for the practices, the best practices, ethics, and standards of the coaching world. They're worldwide, so no matter where you are, these are internationally recognized credentials if you decide to go into the core competency certification program that gives you access to those training hours with us. But these are approved training hours through ICF. The other bonus I wanted to mention here is the Quick Start Coaching Code. Now, the Quick Start Coaching Code is a series of home study courses that you'll receive as a part of our training videos and resources. But in addition to that, twice a year, currently, we are running live boot camps that go for about 30 days. And in those boot camps, we actually, we don't teach a bunch of new stuff. Those boot camps are really about taking action, gaining inspiration from your community, and then getting coaching in the strategies that you're using to get your coaching business started. Getting started in the coaching business, or getting started with anything that really matters to you, is probably one of the most challenging aspects of excellence in any area. It's a very delicate time. When you're getting started, you may not know what you're doing yet. You may have some fears or some trepidation about taking certain actions. And so we found that since this is the biggest challenge most coaches have is just getting started, and if you don't get started, you can't grow. right? You can't achieve anything in your coaching business if you haven't even started. We created an entire live boot camp that has coaching sessions and masterminds, additional masterminds, and also one-on-one coaching involved just for a 30-day period where you can really intensively focus on getting started in a fun atmosphere that really will inspire you to take more action, get massive momentum in getting your coaching business started, and then change gears or shift gears if you need to make all that transition happen. Because the transition in a coaching business can be the most challenging aspect of it. And that's part of getting started, is making that transition from where you are to where you really, really want to be. If that's your coaching business, then this is the really the boot camp to be in for that. We literally measure the results that you're getting in the boot camp. We measure the free sessions you're setting, the new paying clients you're getting. So you get to watch those results happen over a week to week to week period and see them in graphs, so you can see what kind of achievements you're doing and what kind of achievements the other coaches are accomplishing as well. One of our students in the Quick Start said this, and again, I just grabbed this off of Facebook. Quick Start Live Bootcamp rocks. I took the course last year, and now I'm rocking, creating lasting change in people's lives. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Don't want to miss this amazing training and resource. I've gotten tons of comments like that off of Facebook, but this was just one I found on Facebook. I figured I'd share it with you. So those two bonuses are actually included in Synergy. And so not only do you receive the one-on-one and group sessions, your coaching support, the accountability system from Chris, and then the other accountability support within the coaching, the training videos and resources that are available in the members area, the live trainings and recordings we're now adding to Synergy, along with the new Coach Mastermind that you'll have a chance to be a part of on an ongoing basis, but also your certification training bonus, which is at least a $1,500 value to get certified through us, which are actually more stringent standards than the ICF standards for similar training hours. And then also the Quick Start Bootcamp, at least a $500 value there. So over $11,000 worth of value that's inside of actually any 1 month of Synergy that you could get access to, much less working with us over time. And so if you want to do this, then there's a really simple couple steps that you need to take. Before I share those steps, I want to share one other kind of success that recently happened that just really, I was just so excited to see this. It was so cool. We've been working with Thomas for a couple years. And Thomas is actually a coach who is located in the United Kingdom. And Thomas, when he first started with us, I believe he started brand new, starting from scratch. He's now built a practice with over 30 clients. And I just saw this on Facebook. This was actually like last month that he shared this. But he's been doing this for a while. He's become kind of an international trainer, bit of a business training and coaching guru. And last year he's been running tons of meetings and workshops in where he's located in Europe. And this is just one of the pictures of one of the workshops he's been running. But last month he posted this with a bunch of photos that he took in the Philippines. And he was actually flown to the Philippines to be a headliner at his own event with a fully corporate audience, exclusive venue, and it was a full day workshop. And basically he's become an international speaker through this process. And I was excited to see this. It's really, really cool. He was paid to run this. And then he says right at the bottom of this post, thanks to my Jedi Masters. I like to hear that. Jeff and Chris. And also he mentions his girlfriend in here as well. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So I'm just honored to have been a part of helping him build his business to the point where this is what he's accomplishing, not just as a coach, but also as a trainer as well. So if you're ready to get started with us, it's really simple. You do need to apply. So there is an application process you'll go through, but the best way to fast track this is just get in touch with Chris. And here's his contact info. I'm going to paste this. I'm actually going to get out of my slides right now. I'm going to paste Chris's number and email in the chat. So if you're on here right now, you'll see that come through right now. You can also, of course, just write it down from what you see in front of you. But here's the email. Here is his phone number. And just get in touch with him as soon as you possibly can. And he'll work with you on where you are in your journey towards starting or growing your coaching business, and find out exactly what it's going to take that to the next level. And then if it's a fit, he'll work with you on exactly what options are available at this point as well for being involved in the Synergy Private Client Program. Now, as we promised, to get the slides from this webinar and also the full recording, I think this recorded successfully, you just want to go to this URL. In fact, I'm going to back out of my slides again so I can paste this in the chat. It's just go to wellpaidcoach.com/webinar-replay-sign-up. So it's wellpaidcoach.com/webinar-replay-sign-up. And just make sure you opt in there, and you will get the recording of this webinar along with the slides as well. And then also, if you want to work with Chris to get your own plan to make money coaching based upon what we talked about today, but also really personalized to you, then you can go here to wellpaidcoach.com/need-help, need-help. What the heck, I'll paste that in the chat also. Just so it's a no-brainer. It's easy. You can just click on it right from the chat. And if you sign up there right now, Chris will get in touch with you. You do need to fill out a brief form that's going to help him gather some information on where you are and where you are in your own kind of making money coaching journey already. But then he'll actually run a session with you, a consultation to work with you on building this plan for yourself. So really excited to work with you this year. If you decide to work with us, you'll be on a very, very special journey with us and your own coaching journey where you won't be alone, and you'll always have Chris and I, the rest of the staff, faculty, and your coaches, as well as all the Synergy coaches, really backing you up and being there to support you, to inspire you, to hold you accountable if needed, to give you resources, answers, ideas, and then ultimately just make sure that your vision, your purpose for being the coach that you know you are, mastering this stuff, and then sharing that gift with the world, that doesn't stay a dream, that doesn't stay wherever it is right now. Because I know wherever you are, it's great. And you probably wouldn't still be listening to me talk or Chris talk if you didn't know there was another level, if you didn't know that getting this started or growing it to the next level is possible, and it's also something that you probably really are committed to, or else I can't imagine you'd stick around with us for almost 2 hours on this webinar, right? So if you're committed to that, no matter what, you're going to be on a journey. But if you work with us, we're going to make sure that you can do that faster, easier, with a more direct path, and more powerfully than you might ever have thought possible. And so it's really exciting to be able to work with you this year, and I hope you learned a lot. Even if you didn't decide to work with us and you're not going to be signing up for Synergy with us this year, throw me an email or throw me a comment as to what you learned and how you're going to use this to make more money coaching and become a well-paid coach in your own business on your own journey as well. So it's been an honor to work with you during this time. Chris, thank you so much for sharing these answers, distinctions, and these shifts in mindset and the strategies around making money coaching with us today. I know there's a lot more that you're going to be sharing with us this year in Synergy, and so excited to work with you on providing that to our community of givers and contributors and other master coaches that are building their businesses as well. All right, guys,
Awesome.
take
Thanks
care.
a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, is there anything else that you want to share before we go?
Yeah, I just say, I know some of you guys are going to be getting an email kind of letting you know about opening opportunity to apply. Just let you guys know that we have 19 in the program right now, 6 openings left at the moment for this launch. So if anyone wants to get a head start, they can contact me directly. They're going to get ahead of the people who get the email and then respond. So get with me. Let me get specific to your situation and give you some solutions and a plan and make it a reality this year. And I just want to honor you for being a coach, making a difference in the world, and I wish you guys nothing but the best of success here in the year.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Chris, because if you don't get in touch with Chris, if you're actually on the interest list currently, and if you're on this webinar, your chances are you're automatically in that list. There will be a point where we do open for general application, and you'll have a link that'll take you to apply. Chances are end up talking to Chris anyway if you do fill in an application, because we don't let anybody in where we don't review their application and actually, at least personally connect with them briefly. So you can wait until we open, but considering the slots we have available, limited slots we have available, the best bet would be to get in touch with Chris immediately so that you don't miss out if, within a day of opening or something like that, which has happened in the past, we are full with our slots for the year and we go to a waiting list. So thanks for mentioning that, Chris. And it was great to have you here on the webinar tonight, and look forward to working with you this year. Take care until then.